Hi guys, how is it going today? So today is November 11th and I wanted to do a quick review on ETP. But before we do that, I just wanted to say happy Remembrance Day and thank you to all the veterans that have helped us get to where we are today. It's definitely a Memorial Day here and we should all be celebrating it. So make sure at 11 o'clock, guys, you take a good minute there and you acknowledge all the veterans that have fought in the First World War for us, okay? That's in about 2 hours for me. But before then, I wanted to make a good video for you guys on ETP. Now, I've got some good news and I've got some bad news, okay guys? So first of all, the bad news is that there's a lot of wallet issues right now. People are getting locked out of their wallets or it's taking a really long time to open up, okay? And because a lot of people are getting their funds literally frozen right now, there's mass panic right now in the metaverse community. There's people posting things on YouTube. There's people complaining on Reddit. There's a metaverse trying to reach out to people complaining on Twitter as well right now. You guys can Google all of that, okay? There's the issues of when people were getting locked out of their wallets, right? That was right when bitfinex happened to ban all the US customers as well. So there was a frantic frenzy of people trying to transfer from bitfinex to their wallet and then to hit BTC, but they couldn't use their wallet. So it was actually incredibly frustrating for a lot of people. I'm glad that I'm a bitfinex user because I'm Canadian and I don't have this issue. But for the people that have had this issue, I can't imagine what you guys have gone through, and it must have been just chaos. So the Metaverse team has been reaching out to people on Twitter as well, and they've been trying to resolve it. And a lot of the issues are slowly getting resolved. But nevertheless, guys, we have to understand that Eric Gu is the co-founder of NEO, right? And he has a lot of experience as a CEO, and but he's a businessman, right? I see him as a businessman. I don't see him as an innovator. For example, like I don't see him as trying to do something extremely different, like Vitalik Buterin, for example, who's that kid is he's a genius. He's trying to innovate. He's trying to create. What I see Metaverse as is I see a really experienced CEO who's really good at making money and growing a thriving economy and a business, right? And I see him as a businessman who's competing against some competitors such as Ethereum and NEO as well right now, right? So that's until they prove they have done something miraculous, then I'll believe that they are truly a competitor in the marketplace. I do believe that they're a severely undervalued coin right now because coins like NEO, they reached and they peaked at $50, right? And ETP, it peaked at $5 and it's been on a very steady decline ever since then. And especially with the whole HIT BTC thing, with Metaverse announcing that they were going to allow trading on HIT BTC on November 1st, but then they delayed it to November 3rd. So it was causing a mass panic. And the price and the market sentiment, it reflects in the charts, guys. It really does reflect in the charts. And here is the day basically where Bitcoin fell and the SegWit cancellation news came out. And when the SegWit 2x cancellation news came out, well, we knew exactly what happened. Okay, guys, we knew exactly what happened. People started to dump their Bitcoin, and then they started to put their money into the altcoin market. So think of it like this, guys. Whenever altcoins are at a very, very low price, and it's already starting to squeeze into a wedge, which is getting ready for a breakout, well, if money is being removed from the Bitcoin market, then what most likely people will do, such as myself, is we'll put money into the altcoin market because it's already at an extremely low price. And we can also confirm it with other charts. For example, let's look at Bitfinex, okay? Bitfinex, right, November 8th, everything skyrocketed out of there. And what you guys notice about OMG Go is it skyrocketed out of there, and it's actually just doing a healthy consolidation, in my opinion, fairly healthy. Nothing too extreme. If you guys look at IOTA, right? Sorry for the ugly chart here. If you guys look at IOTA, it's doing a healthy consolidation as well. It's basically every coin, guys, that I trade that's doing that. But if we look at ETP, guys, not only do we got a pump, right? But we also got a dump pretty much right back to this region here, which is the original zone that we're in, which is not the best news, I'd say. So when you combine the fundamental news of the wallet, unfortunately, not the best things are going on right now, okay? So guys, let's take a look at some tools here. We're gonna catch you guys up very quickly for the people that have not been here. First of all, we're gonna take a look at the Elliott wave counting of it, okay? This is wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and this right here is A, B, and C. Now it tried to break out right here, but it just could not break out. And to start wave 2, unfortunately, it just could not break out, guys, which was very, very sad. So then, because it couldn't do that, it made another, what? I'm gonna actually change labeling now that we got more points here. Alrighty, so I changed up my point here, okay guys? So here for the Elliott wave, we basically have a leading diagonal here, okay? This is called a leading diagonal, and I want to show you guys from my handbook why this is acceptable for all the people that are saying, no, you can't draw Elliott wave like that, okay? Trust me, I know my Elliott waves like the back of my hand. So this is called a leading diagonal, okay guys? A leading diagonal can occur, occasionally appears in the first wave of impulses and in the A wave of a zigzag. This is the A wave coming down over here, all right guys? That's what we can call it. Whoops. Actually, I'm drawing this a little bit wrong. I'm gonna draw it from this point right here. Give me a second. I'm gonna draw this one as ABC here. This is gonna be a lot better. A, B, and that's going to be C right here, okay? This has got the 5 in there. The 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Then we have the A, B, C in there, and then a 5 wave down. And then we have the 5 waves, or the 3 wave structure right here. I'm just drawing on the side a little bit so it doesn't overlap. This one is most likely a 3 wave structure, okay? And then what we notice, guys, is that from X to Y, we always have basically an A, B, C again, okay? We have an A, B, C again every time. And then we go up to point X, and unfortunately we're probably gonna get another A, B, C correction. As we're looking at this, it's already down ticking very hard. So we're probably gonna have an A, we're probably gonna have a B, and then we're gonna have a C somewhere down there. So let's try to make some predictions, guys, of what we think the price could actually move to, okay? Now, this is kind of sad that everything is going on with ETP right now, and that it's having a really hard time, guys, even sustaining a price right now. So if I draw my line, for example, right here, we know that we're probably gonna intersect this support. So what it was a resistance now becomes a support, right? That's a really clear spot right there. Where else do we see some major support? We see some major support right here, right guys? Right here. Would you guys agree with me? Now, the way we do this is we take something called an apex point, basically where everything is meeting, okay guys? Where everything is meeting, and I might want to draw this a little bit better. There we go. Z, we don't know yet. So what we do know is that this point right here is a critical point. Right there. Because we have a resistance that is now a support, and we also have a massive support right here. This is actually a really good buy zone right now. And if I take a look at the RSI, guys, it's probably extremely low on all time frames. If I looked on the 1 hour chart, for example, yeah, it's pretty low right now. Do you guys see that? It's almost reaching the oversold zone, okay? And when it's reaching the oversold zone, it usually approaches a resistance point. So I don't know if I'm going to play this play yet, but right now what I do see is this right here, okay guys? I see this here as a resistance that's now a support, and now what I see is these 2 points right here acting as a resistance. Definitely a resistance, right? So what I see is this area being wedged in right here. Do you guys see this now? We changed, guys. We changed. Before, it used to be from here to here, right? The region that we were playing in was basically in here. Would you guys agree? It's hard to disagree, right? See what I mean? The region we were in was originally in here, but now we broke out, guys. We broke out of that area, And now we're expanding to a different region just based on all the supports and the resistances that we have. And now the big question is, will this hold as a support? We see wicks already, right? It's slowly approaching here. This one might be drawn a little bit off, actually. It might just, somewhere around there. But the most important thing to acknowledge is that this area right around here, or actually specifically right here, guys. I want to make this a different color to make it more visible, okay? The green box is the buy area right now. It is 100% a buy area because we have a lot of support points. That's indicating lots of support. 1, 2, 3. This is pretty much it right there as well. Okay, it's pretty strong. What is very likely to happen, guys, is this. Let me show you. It's most likely going to make 5 touches like that, where it started here to make 1, to make 2, to make 3, to make 4, and then it's going to make its 5th one, and then it's going to slowly down trickle over here, and then probably end up coming down to the downside a little bit. We have to think about ETP, guys. There's no news right now. They have a wonderful team, 75 people. They are working day in, day out, but I just don't see how they're actually that amazing right now. There's no news that's being developed, okay? There's no major fundamental news and breakthrough right now. I don't think it's the year of ETP yet. I think that the price is phenomenal and we will see a surge in price over time, but not right now. Not until something fundamentally changes and it's driven by news. When we factor in the wallet, when we factor in the issues with HitBTC, we factor in bitfinex no longer allowing people to from the US to go on their exchange, we've lost a fairly big market, right? And until things settle down a little bit, and until it's more news driven, then that's most likely when we'll actually see an increase. But for now, I expect a sideways action, right? I expect some sort of sideways action for a little bit. Now, I don't know if that's going to hold or not. Okay, guys, I don't know. I mean, for all we know, what could happen is, something like that, right? For all we know, something like this could happen, where it can become a wedge like that instead, okay? And this could act as a support like that, and it'll just keep going lower and lower. But what I do know is right here, right now, guys, this is a strong buy zone. Okay, this is a strong buy zone like I indicated on IOTA, if you guys remember my previous video, with all the apexes crossing. Now, what play could you possibly take here? This is the play that you could possibly take right here. You can set your risk to reward slightly lower right here with a possible chance to gain, we'll say, just based on all the angles of this one going up, for example. Just like that. Let's just move this over. Assuming it might get a similar symmetry. Maybe a 25% gain. That's possible. Absolutely, it's possible to get a 25% gain. Set your stop loss slightly lower than it. You get a risk to reward 2.55. That's a very high risk to reward. So this is what I think is going to happen. It's making its 5 points already. 5 waves down. 1, 2. I count them really clearly. 3, 4, and then 5. So yes, that's a great buy zone. So in the future, guys, all we have to watch out for, and if you guys ever want to be, or if you're curious about the price, I'm not going to say the price all the time. You just look on the right side here, okay, guys, and pause the video. So right here, we could be getting this shape, but from what we see only right now is this shape right here. Okay, guys, that is what we see. So other than that, I expect ETP to bounce off of here. Am I personally going to take the play? Probably going to take it. I'm just waiting to see how things settle the next few hours. It's a pretty high risk to reward. It's around 3, right? And then will it break out of here? Possibly. If it doesn't, we'll have a nice shorting opportunity. But what I do know is a very clear wedge has formed. And once a very clear wedge has formed, then it's most likely going to be squeezed into here. But the bad thing that we see is it's actually not a wedge. It's a descending triangle, guys. And for a descending triangle, that's bearish, okay? It's fairly bearish in this particular circumstance, and it might actually break to the downside before 2018. And right now, if we look at our Fibonacci tool, Fibonacci all the way from the beginning of time, where we bounce exactly off of 618 level. Well, if we bounce right off of it right there, just touched it, there's a possibility that it could touch it again. So this region right here, just based on symmetry, the one I just highlighted right here, if you see it, that's a possibility to get to as well down the road. But what the big play is right now is to watch this specific spot if you guys see it soon, okay? You're running out of time and you have to make a decision if you want to enter the trade. So I would suggest to enter the trade, okay? Because you're risking, say, you're risking only a little bit. You're risking 6% of your money to gain a possible 27%. So for example, you have a risk to reward of about 4, you can say, depending on where you set your stop loss. I'd probably make it about 3. 3.0, your risk to reward right here based on all the supports and resistances that we see already. So this is a phenomenal play to take, guys, and I highly suggest that you consider it. So that concludes my video for ETP second week of November update. If you guys enjoyed this video, please follow me on Twitter. Please follow me on YouTube as well. And please upvote this. This is on Steemit, guys. Please upvote it. And if you guys really love this video, you guys have seen my dog, Luna, in my other videos. She's got her own cryptocurrency piggy bank as well. Maybe you guys can buy her a kibble or something like that, okay? And donate to her address. Other than that, have yourselves a great day. Happy Remembrance Day one more time, and take care.